Welcome back to Nation of Glory, the place where stories of courage, fire, and destiny come alive. Tonight, we bring you the journey of a man who refused to live inside anyone's definition of him. A man who blends rhythm with resilience, art with athleticism, and pain with pride. He's not just a wrestler, not just a rapper. He's a storyteller who turned struggle into sound and motion. This is the story of Swerve Strickland, the man who learned to dance through chaos and rise through pain. Stephon Strickland was born in Tacoma, Washington, far from the glitz of Hollywood, far from the bright lights of professional arenas. His world was one of noise, movement, and survival. The streets weren't easy, but they taught him rhythm, not the rhythm of music yet, but the rhythm of life. The rhythm of getting up again when life pushes you down. The rhythm of believing in something when the world tells you to quit. As a kid, Stephon found himself drawn to energy, to performance. Whether it was drawing, rapping, or wrestling with friends in the backyard, he was never quiet. He always wanted to express, to create, to feel. While others followed the rules, he was learning how to swerve, how to move in his own direction. That's where his story begins, with the courage to be different. Growing up, he didn't have it all figured out. There were moments of doubt, fear, and silence, moments when the dream felt far away. But inside that quiet was a spark. He didn't just want success. He wanted significance. He wanted to show that creativity could come from struggle, that art could rise from pain. When he discovered professional wrestling, something clicked. Here was a stage where movement told stories, where charisma could conquer strength, and where imagination could build legends. For Stephon, wrestling was poetry in motion. It was performance with purpose. And he knew, one way or another, he belonged there. In his early 20s, he began training relentlessly. No shortcuts, no favors, just hours and hours inside small gyms, learning to fall, to fly, to hurt, and to heal. He wasn't the biggest. He wasn't the strongest. But he was precise, driven, and fearless. Every flip, every strike, every motion was deliberate, a brushstroke on the canvas of his destiny. Before long, the independent wrestling circuit became his classroom. He wrestled everywhere he could, from tiny venues with flickering lights to packed halls buzzing with noise. His name started to travel from mouth to mouth, fan to fan. People started whispering, "Who is this guy? The one who moves like he's dancing but fights like he's bleeding for every second." That's when Swerve was born. The name wasn't random, it was identity. It was rhythm. It was the idea of changing direction when no one expects it. Of never walking the straight line others draw for you. Swerve became more than a nickname. It became a mindset. But life has a way of testing every dream. For every step forward, there was a challenge waiting. Injuries, rejections, the grind of traveling from town to town, sometimes for a crowd of 20 people. Nights when he questioned if the world would ever notice. Days when his body screamed louder than his ambition. But he never stopped. Because every setback was just another beat in the rhythm of his story. Then came the moment when that rhythm reached new heights. Promotions like CZW, MLW, and eventually Lucha Underground started calling. And suddenly, Swerve wasn't just the kid from Tacoma anymore, he was becoming one of the most innovative performers in the independent scene. His athleticism was art. His creativity was rebellion. His confidence was contagious. He brought something new, something that wasn't just wrestling, but expression. He moved like a dancer, spoke like a poet, and fought like a man who had something to prove to every shadow that ever doubted him. Yet, even with all that momentum, fame didn't come overnight. It never does. The road was long, unpredictable, and full of lessons that only pain can teach. But every city, every crowd, every cheer reminded him why he started, to tell stories through movement, to inspire through motion, and to remind people that greatness doesn't come from comfort. It comes from struggle. Swerve Strickland wasn't just earning fans. He was earning respect. The kind that can't be bought or faked. The kind that's built with sweat, scars, and silence. The kind that lasts. And then, destiny knocked louder. The world was changing, and a new company was about to rise, All Elite Wrestling. A stage unlike any other, built for revolutionaries, dreamers, and fighters who refused to blend in. When Swerve signed with AEW, it wasn't just another contract. It was validation that all those lonely nights, all those miles, all that pain, had meaning.